Hey everybody, I think it is time for a little video about some house cleaning. I'm doing some hygienealogy. I've decided to take my tree private for a little while because there's a lot of crap in it, and the further back I go, the more crap that there is, and I don't like that particularly, so I want to fix that. So one of the things that I'm doing is that because I am uh, looking at all of the people, the patriots, as they are referred to whom I am related, from whom I am descended, the people who are counted as patriots by the DAR and the SAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution and the Sons of the American Revolution. I want to prove in, it's called proving in, on each one of those people. I proved in on the first one, and I'm going to become a member in good standing with a piece of paper and all that kind of stuff a week from today. But until then, I want to do some cleaning in my tree so that I'm sure exactly how many ancestors I have that I'm going to prove it on, my patriots. And the easy way to do it for me was to do the first one that was available, and that was the one that my grandmother proved it on. All I had to do was, quote, connect to her paper, unquote, and that meant that I had to prove my direct descent from my grandmother. And once I did that, and was I actually had to provide the first four generations, myself, my mother, my grandmother, and my great grandparents. Once I did that, birth, marriage, and death records, then I was good to go. And that's great. That's very nice. People who are, long-term whiteys like me can do that, and that's fine. But then when you start to get into the weeds, when you've got people who nobody else has proved in on, or not very much, or there's a problem with their work. So this is a different kind of a challenge when, say, you're proving a Spanish ancestor from colonial Spanish colonies here on the American continent, and that person hasn't been proven yet, or a Cuban but native, it's not Taino, but a native ancestor, or if you're proving a Native American ancestor or an African American ancestor, those can be a lot harder because it's simply not done as much. The white folks love their tea and biscuits and, proving their ancestry. So anyway, now that I've slammed all of my ancestors, this is what I'm doing. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going through basic hygienealogy. I joined Ancestry a long time ago, and when I did, I was stupid. And I believed things like the Millennium File and international marriages and international births and international deaths, and a lot of records that were, in fact, compilations of, quote, facts, unquote, from other people's trees. And we know what other people's trees are, right? Yes, they're crap. So I also believed other people's trees. I trusted everything. I thought it was all proven. I don't know why I was so simple-minded, but I was. I'm not anymore. So here's one of the things that I'm doing. I'm going through and I'm finding, see this here? US and international marriage records? That's crap. So what am I doing? Ripping it out by the roots. Let's see. We've got Virginia marriages and census. That's cool. And Virginia's colonial soldiers. That's cool. So there's an actual book with an actual page with actual county militia. So let's go to the top. Unless we're looking for, what are we looking for again? You guys have a little bit of a cold or something. I do not have COVID, but I'm feeling a little bit crummy. So, okay, there's one pen. And, not even sure why I saved that because I didn't see him. Anyway, it's George P Penn that I'm looking for. I established a long time ago, however, well, let me pull this. If it doesn't have a source attached to it, I'm ripping it out. Okay. That's all I can do on him cleaning wise. But I did put his DAR number in here, and I'm not sure whether that's right or not. But we go to dar.org and we go to, sorry about all that flashing. I'm looking for the GRS. Hello, GRS, where are you? There we go. GRS, online research. Now, the GRS is the database that shows all of the proven patriots and all of the applications and dissents from that belong to people who either are in the DAR or have been in the DAR, but you know, they're dead now. We're going to look for an ancestor, so I'm going to Ancestor, and I do have a number to look for. I have this one, A088508. So I'm going to go ahead and Control C that, go in here, and give the ancestor number, Control V that, and let's see if this is the guy. Did I do my work right before? Interesting. We've got two spouses, and I do have two spouses for him actually. Mary Lee and Sarah Lee, although the spellings are kind of inconsistent. I don't even want to look at the ugliness that has to go on with this. I'm just right now, I'm just I'm just gonna do the simplest thing. Seriously, guys, I have so much work to do in here. This is how messy my tree looks, okay? I've been doing it for a while. So what I did was I decided to create a new profile photo icon thingy. This one's fine, but it's rectangular instead of square, and it's a little bit hard to read. And so I thought, well, meh, you know, and of course, how many people saved it? A bunch of people. Well, that always happens. And I originally created this one back in 2017. I used another one before it. I don't like the ones that I see. And after all, it's not an American flag, it's a colonial flag, right? So I decided I would do something different. So I pulled an image, that image, off the interwebs, and I've made one for Jesse Burton, and I made one for a few other people too. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out to the beginning. This is Pixlr. Pixlr.com is super helpful. It's free. You don't need a membership. You don't need an account unless you want to save stuff online. Very straightforward. All you do is start editing, open an image. You can load a URL as well if you want to. What I have is SARDAR blank. And so I can simply put his name in. So we go to, nope, that's not what I wanted. We go to letters. So I'm going to add new text. And his name is George P. Penn. So boop, G-O-R-G-E-P, Penn, and then his ancestor number, Control V'd it, pop a little pound sign in front of it. Now I gotta make it black because I like it to be black. I've tried other colors and I didn't like them. Anything will take you to black. It's the hex code 000000. And then I gotta find the typeface, and I can never remember the typeface that I like. But it's somewhere in the R's or the S's, I do believe, in name. Oh, this is so annoying. And I'm going to keep looking. There we go. Romaniesta. I like that. Kind of old looking. It's kind of groovy. Pull the box out to the margins of the image itself. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink down the size of the typeface a little bit until I get his whole name on one line. There we go. And I'm moving the box. See, it's got a centering line, which is nice. I like to place the name on that red stripe. There's George P. Penn. Now I'm going to save it. Save. Ping. Ping. It's George P. Penn. SARDAR. No longer blank. And I'm downloading it. Okay. saving it to this file folder on my desktop. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to go in the gallery and I'm going to yank this. I've saved that to a bajillion people. So the only thing I want to do is I want to yank this from this gallery. Okay. And then I'm going to remove that. And then I'm going to add an image. I can upload media, add whatever. There are always 50 different ways to do it. Here's the image that I created down here. But I could also look for it with choose files if I wanted. I'm going to drag instead because life is easy that way. And it's an other. It's nothing in particular. It's just a placeholder. Now, I'm going to choose this. Now, once I've proven my membership in on George Penn, I'm replacing this with slaveholder, because to me, the fact that he was a slaveholder is more important. Right now, in this moment, it is more important for me to mark who's in the SARDAR membership roles. But as soon as I'm done with that, I'm done with that. So when we get in here and clean this one little thing up too. Remember what I said about this, that this format with the months spelled out and with the countries spelled out, here, those are purposeful for transferring data to and from Family Search. They have nothing to do with Ancestry itself. So that's my little cleanup regime. And when I go back out into my pedigree, get rid of that, you can see I've taken care of William Jesse. I haven't of William Allen because I'm really not sure about him, but his father-in-law was also a patriot. And then here's a Pace who is also a patriot. And that's all the patriots I see. And then I want to go backwards next. So the next thing to do is to look at the blockers. And I've got 2 here. So I'm going to do the same thing with them as well. So this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm keeping myself happy. I'm cleaning out. Oh, look at all the crap. Look at all the garbage in here. Look at all those trees that I'm going to rip out by the roots. I'm going to rip that out and all kinds of stuff. So this is what I'm going to do. So this is what I recommend to anybody who is trying to prove in on some kind of a hereditary organization. Make yourself a nice, clean graphic of some kind that you can personalize to each member of the tree, of your tree, who is a participant or was a participant in that particular, thing that gains you access to a hereditary society. And by all means, plain old hygienealogy, if all else fails, just go through and start ripping this crap out. I have it set so that I no longer receive Ancestry family trees as hints, and I recommend that as well. So that's what I'm doing on a Saturday night, single girl Saturday night, that and drinking some Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus, orange flavored. Mmm, Skol.